Hello, my name is Douglas Kim and I am going to teach you how to make a custom brush in Clip Studio Paint. I will make a custom house brush to quickly fill in a fantasy city if you're drawing a map, for example. First, using your favorite brush of an adequate size, let's draw a bunch of houses. Make them as varied as you want, just make sure that they are all facing the same side. That way the brush will draw them consistently. In my case, I'm drawing all of them facing south. The size of the house on the brush depends on the size you intend to be drawing the maps later on. This is more of a try and fix process, so don't worry if it doesn't work out at first. After you are done drawing the houses, let's add them as materials into Clip Studio Paint material library. Select a single house using the selection tool, then go to Edit, Register Material, and then Image. In the window that opens up, mark the Use for Brush Tip Shape option. Name it however you like, select the location to save your material in, and tag it with a name to make it easier to find later on. I will use the tag House. It helps if you're putting all of your material images under the same tag and making sure that it is exclusive to speed up the process later. Now let's repeat the process for all the other houses. Select only the one you will be adding next and register it as a material. Finally, we will create a new brush, using any other brush as a template. It helps if you're using a basic brush with no custom settings to it. In my case, my brush has many settings onto it already, so when I create a new one, it will inherit those settings. I will open up the brush settings and clear all of these. I will remove the brush dynamics and the size and any other options that I don't need. Next, under the Brush Tip tab, I will remove any materials already there and will start adding our custom house materials. If you tagged them under the same tag, it will be easier finding and adding each one of them into the brush in this step. Once all of the materials are added, your brush is already drawing houses, but it is clumping all of them together. Let's fix that. First, I will clear any other custom dynamics I didn't clear before, such as thickness and direction in my case, just to make testing easier. And then we will move to the Stroke tab. In there, I will increase the gap until the houses don't touch anymore in the preview. This value depends on the size of the material, so you will have to adjust according to your own material size. Also, make sure to untick continuous spraying. If the houses still cross at certain points, adjust the gap further until you have a good space between them. Draw a few lines to test it out. Next up, I will be adding a randomness to the gap dynamics. I will set the minimum value to 75% and then increase the base value further. Now, when I draw, it will randomly set the gap between the houses to make the brush more dynamic. Experiment with these values until you are happy with the results. Finally, in Brush Tip, I will mark the direction as direction of line. This way the brush will paint houses following the direction in which you are creating the stroke. Lastly, because my houses were drawn on a big size with a thin brush, I cannot reduce the size of the custom house brush to small values. Therefore, I am forced to use it more or less at the size I drew this to begin with. To fix this, I would have to redraw the house materials in a smaller size or at the same size but with thicker lines. Regardless, through experimentation alongside trial and error, you will find the appropriate size for houses according to the size you will be drawing your maps at. Now you can sketch the layout of your city along with streets and use your new custom house brush to draw houses along the roads, adjusting the size accordingly, and making single strokes whenever you want to add a single house. At this point, you might decide that changing the gap might be necessary as well, so adjust accordingly. Finally, to end, I hope that this helps you create new brushes to help you quickly fill in areas in your drawings. Just as a reminder though, you can use this technique with any image material, such as trees, hills, clouds, or anything else you wish to. You're not limited to only houses. This was Douglas Kim, showing a function in Clip Studio Paint, a professional tool for digital artists at an affordable price. Check it out and have a wonderful day.